Hi, I'm Bryony Cannings and doing a bit of video response from North Wales up in the mountains. And my overall impression of the clip, it was very old and staged. Obviously I understand it's a training exercise and not actual a situation that actually happened just based on one. But I don't think when they do happen, it happens as dramatically as it did happen in the clip, which kind of made me not really like it very much. I preferred the book and the way that the book had described things. So my overall impression of the video was not particularly good, but it served its purpose, which ultimately it had to do. So how common do I think it is in business? I believe that it used to be a lot more common in the last 10-20 years, but recently, in today and age, it's not as common as is often shown, and because of this, it's the advances that we've had in classes. It's included in university classes such as this, and while I don't think it's completely eradicated, it's nowhere near completely eradicated. Humans will always have prejudice towards others who are different. It has come a long way. I have yet to see any business which has been completely one domination, unless like you go into a nail salon and they're all the same religion, race, and language, so they're all speaking. But in a corporate environment, I've yet to walk into one. Obviously, I haven't been into every single business, but I feel that someone's reaction like this, as the guy did in the clip, is very unusual. And even if he'd come from a very rural part, and I'm from a very rural part in England, and I grew up everybody looking like me, same religion as me, and I don't have the same views as he did, I would never walk into somewhere like that. So I feel that his reaction was disproportionate to what people in today's world would do, although I'm sure there are people out there who are like that. And as our book says, not everyone's going to get along. So there are going to be different things, but I don't think anybody would have that much prejudice within one meeting, at least one person. So how would I have handled the situation if I was interviewing him? I would politely go through the interview, but I would not hire him, simply because he's going into an HR position and he does not have the social niceties or mannerisms that is needed for an HR or any really corporate position that's going to be working with other people. Maybe if you're in IT down in a basement, you can get away with a little bit more prejudice, but ultimately you're going to get caught and it's going to be bad for you either way. Since he needs to have those little niceties, those little social mannerisms, which he obviously is lacking, the experience and degree and level of competency that he has is irrelevant if he cannot do his job for everybody and only for a small amount. This also goes into the ethical and concerns which are triggered by this situation. Obviously, if he doesn't have social manners, he can't do a job as an HR. HR, you're looking after people. Human resources, look after everybody, not just people you like. So you have to be the kind of person who's willing to support anybody with any reason. And he doesn't have that. So he'll need to have a lot of tact and just a lot of diplomacy within it. And if you're going into an interview, you're supposed to show the best of you. You want to impress in what you can do. And he knows he's going into HR, but he is not showing that he can work with everybody, which is very important. So on that aspect, he failed miserably. And I don't care if he has the most amazing degree with grades, he does not have the social norms which are needed. So looking at the attributes that come from the loudest duck, well, as I mentioned before, the book talks about how people react with other people are going to be different from different cultures. Obviously, I'm not American, and I'm living in America, and I can see that firsthand, how even though I have the same language and quite often look the same, it's very different, and it's very hard to talk to someone who has different views and social normities and not take offense sometimes. And I can understand where people come from, but I don't hold it against other people. I don't feel that it's something that's negative. And I feel that that's what's happening with this, when we don't have the acceptance of the diversity. Also looking very interesting part of the book I found was the grandmas, and the idea that we all have these different little norms from our different cultures and what we're told. And with the American squeaking of the wheel, that's not something or part of British culture is. Whilst you are very direct within business, you do not show that kind of emotion which you will find in an American setting. To me, these little grandmas, if you don't understand the other cultures, if you're the elephant, as the book put it, and you don't looking how the mouse is, you're not going to do very well. And this is what the candidate didn't do in the interview. He didn't understand this. He looked at the disabled woman the same way the book was talking about the pregnant woman or the person going into the army. It's just thinking, oh, who's going to take over with the time? Who's going to help? Look at all the problems versus the solutions and just inclusion. She doesn't know what kind of mind she has or personality, although her little clip in the clip was rather dramatic, and I thought she might be part of the problem too, though, because obviously it takes two to tango, and everybody needs to be working together to be able to create a kind of environment. And I would love to go on discussing more of this, but we're already hitting 6:30 on the time mark. So, hope you enjoy the thoughts.